How we doing, YouTube? And my fellow traders, Ben on a guy. And this is the day 15 recap of me going over the trades I took today in my 100K funded accounts. It's March 12th, 2025, Wednesday. And yeah, what a day. What a day. I knew going into today that CPI news was coming out, and I just, for whatever reason, I don't trade as well on news days. I don't know what it is. One of the things I think it is just the market's just so unpredictable, and with the conditions it's been lately, just crazy, just crazy. I'm going to show you guys my screens here in a second, but I am a new creator. If you like the recap videos and follow the videos I've been putting out, feel free to subscribe. Helps me grow the channel. I want to meet some fellow traders out there, and leave a like and comment if you would love as well. So that being said, let me go ahead and switch over my screens and show you my trades I took today. All right, so as of now, excuse me, it's a little bit after 11 a.m. on the West Coast. Like, if you look at the bottom here, a couple things. Obviously, we're green. Not the biggest day that we've had, that we've been having lately. It's still nonetheless green. But if you look over at the left, my contracts. So today, I said to myself, because it was news, I wanted to be a little bit more conservative and more careful and patient. And by the amount of contracts you see there, not the case. Not the case. It's for whatever reason, just news days are just crazy for me. So it might be a little bit of a long video here, but I'll go over all the trades I took today, starting with the one I took in the the evening and overnight session. I actually got to go all the way back. Let's see. Okay, so two trades. Now, look at this action here. Lately, the opening, the evening, and the overnight sessions have been. Let me get a drink of water. Damn. All right. So lately, in the overnight and the evening sessions, the market has given us some pretty decent moves, which I have capitalized on during this 15-day green streak. But yeah, look at this chop. Just not what has been happening lately. And like I said, again, just today is CPI, so I'm assuming this chop was just because of the areas that we are at, and also just because of the news coming out. So as we opened up yesterday, we kind of had a little pop there. I didn't really have a bias for the most part. Didn't really have a bias. Just overall, the market's been going down. We've been going down like crazy for the last like month, especially in the last week or so. Just it's all down. It's all red, right? So I kind of lean more that way. We got a pop here as I saw it rejecting these areas. I was like, you know what? Let me go short and see what happens. My target was was going to be around the lows there, previous day close, market close. And as soon as we got in, this is kind of I don't know why. As soon as we got in right on that red candle, it just immediately just rejected. And I'm assuming just because of the EMAs and VWAP. It tested it here, bounced back up. That should have been my first time, but it went down again, and that's why I was like, okay, let me try a short. Wasn't the opportune setup, but nonetheless, I went short. We were lower, right? But it hit off of that VWAP and just spiked up. So I'm like, oh crap. I'm already kind of feeling not that great about it. I had a very wide of spread as far as my stops and everything, just because we've been doing really well, and I've been feeling well enough to where I can kind of let my trades run and open it up and have a wider gap as far as profits go. Because if you keep taking base hits, and that's fine building the account, but we've kind of grown it enough to where we can open it up. So that's what I've been trying to do slowly lately. Yeah, we gapped up a lot here. My stop was anywhere around 12 to 10 to 12 points or so. We were pretty close the first time here, around 10 points or so, but we rejected and kind of sold back down. We actually got back down to my original entry, and it just spiked up again. So I actually should mark this. We spiked up again, and after that, I kind of knew. I was like, you know what, it's not really looking good. It kind of hit close to my stop loss again, rejected, but it just kind of started right in the EMA, so that's when I had to get out. Now that first trade put me down a lot. It put me down over 2 grand, I believe it was, and it was just not good at all. As soon as I got out that candle, the very next candle, it sold all the way back down almost to my original entry, but to this support area. And you notice throughout the night, the evening, it hit off that area multiple times. And that really kind of frustrated me. But I was, you know what? Let me try and switch it, right? We bounced off, we tested the EMAs, VWAPs twice already, or three times now, and that's when I took a long. Got long, it was kind of going back and forth the chop, right? Chop kind of leveled out and started to go up. I almost took profit up in this area here, but like I was down already. I was down like over 2,000, right? So in my mind, I'm like, oh, I should have taken it. Hindsight, should have taken it here because it did drop down. Now, because I thought it was going to retest EMAs again and bounce off and continue going up, I actually added added a position. And then you notice the time. I got in around, let me see, 5-ish or so. It was getting kind of late in the evening time, and I actually fell asleep. And again, I do that periodically just because this whole trading thing is very mentally draining. And I fell asleep again in my chair, fell asleep again, and kind of sucked. I fell asleep for a really long time. And just if you look at the action, I don't even want to do the math, but we were down a lot. Thank God I wasn't awake. That was in around the midnight or so. We were in that trade for over 7 6 7 hours. And when I woke up in this area here. I was like, oh crap, I should just take the profit because again, it's tested this resistance 4 times, right? The third, you're lucky if you get 2 times. 3 times is if it usually goes the other way, but we're lucky enough to get a spike, and I got out. I got out. So that trade wiped out all the over the 2,000 I was down, and I think I was up like 13 or 1,500 or so. Went to bed. CPI news came out, and that's when we go into this morning's action. Now, if you look at this action, just spiked up right at 5:30 a.m. The news came out. Spiked up, came all the way back. That was a good from when it spiked. That was a good 50 something points. Came all the way back down, and around market open, we just started gapping down, and it kind of makes sense because the market conditions we've been in a bear market lately. We've been in a bear market, so because of this spike, I was looking to see if it would bounce off kind of this previous support from the overnight, this 5,600 area, and it did. It did 2 times, right? Gapped all the way down, spiked up, tested this area here, the gap fill, came down, went back up. So I was like, okay, we're setting up for a long. Let me go ahead and take a long there, and that's what I did. But when I did that, what happened? The candle didn't close before I got in. Went down, came back to my entry, and just gapped down. So I had around a 10-point stop or so, and had to get out. Had to get out. 10 points is usually where the spreads have been lately in the markets, and just it dropped me down. I was up maybe 500 or so, somewhere around there. Still green, but I gave a lot of profit back. Now this trade here, I'm not sure what this trade is, right? Not quite sure at all. If you look at the action, there's no reason for me to go long here, and I think my thinking is there's no way we can keep going lower, right? No way we can keep going lower. Let's see, when I got in, it was almost 8 o'clock, almost 2 hours, right? Hour and a half, 2 hours. We were just going down. That's one of the lessons, especially newer traders should learn is just the market doesn't care what you think, right? And I was thinking, oh wow, we can't go much lower. It's got to go up, right? No, it's not going to listen to what you say. It's going to do what it wants to do. I got long, and at this point, I think I was a little bit frustrated from the previous trade. I'm not quite sure why. I don't know if it was because of this candle here. We had that gap up like we were looking for, but it tested that EMA and just bam, spiked down. Now at this point, I think mentally I'm just like, you know what? I'm prepared to take a red day because I know red day is coming. I haven't had a red day in almost a month. We're going on 15 days now, 15 trading days. So I'm like, you know what? I'm prepared to take a red day. Let me just write it out. Let me see what happens. There's no way it could keep coming down. I think that was my mindset, right? Lucky enough, we had some news around this area. Had some news, not really that important, but nonetheless, it was news. Again, the CPI that we had earlier, it was inflation numbers, the prices of goods and whatnot that us Americans we pay for. Again, could have attributed to the downswing, but the numbers weren't that bad, right? So we found some support here. Usually, I'm looking at it again. It's the halfway mark. Usually, that's a mental support for a lot of day traders, which I don't know. I don't know why it got support there, but it bounced back up, and we got that move we were looking for. Could have gotten more, honestly. We held it so long. We could have gotten more, but I ended up taking it for a profit there. So after that trade, we're up 13. I don't know. After we were down, we were up maybe 1300 or so. I should have, excuse me, I should have just locked it in for that after that because we're going into lunch. Should have just locked it in, right? Should have just locked it in, but I didn't, right? Because we were gapping up so much, it's just a crazy V, right? We went down from the highs down 50 points, and from the lows we went up over 40 points. 40 points. So after lunch, usually that's when the action kind of starts up again. This is what kind of frustrated me, and I'll show you the 15-minute in a second. So we had a lot of sell orders at the top here. We rejected that area, sold off, tested, bounced right back up, right? Crazy. So I'm thinking, okay, I wasn't going to get short only because we had this crazy move up. I was thinking this is going to be like a profit taking area, and we had this just what we call a boner candle, green, 5 minute candle, just straight up 20 points in 5 minutes. Okay, after this, that engulfed that whole like move that just happened. I'm like, okay, we're setting it for a long. We have some sellers up here. Maybe we have some room to run some more. That's when I got long. When the candle opened, it actually went down again. Caught that support of the EMA, and I was like, okay, cool, we're good to go. I got long. What happened? Very next candle just kind of spiked. It spiked like down. I don't understand that move. I really don't. This is a buy signal, right? It's a buy signal. So yeah, I don't know. That really kind of frustrated me. I had to get out. Got out at the VWAP there, and let's see, 13. I think I was only up maybe a couple hundred on the day. After all that, being up down 24, being up 15, being down 200, being up 5, like it messes with your mental. Messes with my mental. So I got out. I was like, okay, this setup here is a short. Is a short. I got short, and what did it do? Just spiked it. We were in a little bit of profit, but I mean we were down like, or we only up a couple hundred. I got short, flipped it. What did it do? Very next candle, just randomly spiked up. I'm gonna switch over to the 15-minute here and kind of show you what I was looking at as well. Now look at this candle here. This is a 15-minute candle. After that move down, right? I had to get out. I was long up here. Should have been a short. Um, I was long. I got out, right? Got out here. This candle, it dropped all the way down, literally 20, 20 points. That's a short candle. That's a short candle. That's why I got short. And for whatever reason, when I got short, it decided to spike up. It literally that's what really pissed me off. And I think the next trade that I took, that was more or less like a revenge trade. I was already down like I don't even know how much, over 2,000, right? Over 2,000 after this trade here, over 2,000. I held, and I had to get out. It tested this move here that I thought it actually went up and tested these sell orders. I'm pretty much I was done at that point. I was down over 2,000. Again, I'm thinking, okay, red day, it's fine, right? It was coming, but mindset wise, I think I was in the revenge trade mode. I took a short here because again, it hit all those. It gapped up. Took out all the sell orders and got all the liquidity. I was like, you know what? There's no way. There's no way it's gonna keep going up. There's no way. That's what I was thinking, mindset wise. Thinking. That's the keyword. Thinking. It doesn't. The market doesn't care what you think. So I got short. It actually started working in my favor, which was nice. Started working in my favor. Once it got below the EMAs, I actually added my position because if I'm down over 2,000, I'm taking small size. There's no way I'm going to make up any of those losses because we don't know the moves. We don't know what the market's going to give, right, in a move at any given time. So I added my position, cutting the amount of points for the trade that I needed in half, right? So instead of me wanting to make 1,000 and recouping, I would have had to get a 30 plus point move. And so I added my position. I was already in green, so I added my position there, and then we started to sell off. Thank goodness we started to sell off. We were kind of hesitating again in the previous area here, the 5600.05. We were kind of hesitating on this candle, so I was like, you know what? I'm up. I got all my profit back and then some. Let me just cut it. I'm gonna cut it now. It dropped right another 10 points or so, which is it's whatever, right? At this point, at that time, I'm just I was over and done with the market. Got my losses back, made some green as you can see at the bottom, and that's when I'm like, you know what? Let me make my recap video. I'm gonna shut off my system because this market is crazy. It's so crazy. So that's where we're at as of now. The market again, it's almost the end of the day. We've got about an hour and a half or so. I don't know what it is with news days. I don't trade well, and as you can see, like I mean, yeah, hindsight, the market gave us good moves in both directions, but it's just unpredictable, right? When you think it can't go down anymore, it goes down. When you think it can't go up anymore, it keeps going up. And that's one of the things that traders, we try to anticipate, given the knowledge that we have, where we think the market's going to go. But at the end of the day, the market has its own mind, and it's going to do what it wants to do. We just have to do our best to capitalize and hopefully pull some green out of the market. So yeah, that's the day. Tomorrow's Thursday. Who knows? My mind right now is I'm spent. I'm glad. I'm just walking away. I'm thankful that we're green, keeping the green streak alive. But man, today was a challenge. Today was a challenge for sure. So I'm gonna end that video here. End that video here. Oh, I can't even talk. I'm going to end that video here. Again, if you like the recap videos I put out, feel free to subscribe to the channel, leave a like. Any comments are appreciated as well. And we'll be back at it tomorrow, hopefully with another green day. We'll be back at it with another recap video. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you on the next video.